Oh, hi, good morning. And how are you on this fine Thursday morning? I'll tell you how I am. I'm late. I woke up way late. Story of my life. Look, I used my tablet here for an alarm, and of course, you know, basically that's my alarm, my morning newspaper, everything. And yeah, I'm late. So anyway, just going with the top three that I normally do. Didn't want to sit there and try to. This is, you know, picking out decks is like picking out a shirt sometimes. So I just want to go ahead and get right into it, shall we? Let's go ahead and find out who our guide is today. Remember, yesterday was Thor because we were breaking out of a rut. Today it is our Sunstone. So, helping us find our true north today. I guess we're out of that rut. Our ship is unstuck, so maybe it ran aground a little bit. Know what I mean? And now we can kind of get to it. So for today, what are we looking at here, right? What are we looking at for today? What's our, you know, how can we help others today? How can we do our thing? How can we be the best version of ourselves? Here we go. We have the Magician. We have an Ace of Wands. And we have Death. Uh-oh. I can hear some of you right now. Oh no. Oh, it started out so well. Well, let's not get too into our heads, shall we? To be honest, this does not look bad at all. At least not to me. Because as much as we love the Magician, of course, has that control, the connections, the ability, and the versatility. That's the master of his craft. He knows what to do, how to do it, and executes well. We also have some. That Ace of Wands is looking pretty good, if you ask me. But the Magician is the use of your power. Now with the Ace of Wands, you're looking at some potential, some opportunity, and a new path. You know, that's I don't want you to think of this as just a stick being held. Think of this as a torch, because this is fire energy. Yeah, you need to know how to illuminate your path, and the only way to do that is you got to have a good torch handy. And the Death card really signifies change. So we're looking at some changes today. Sort of like the old ways are dead and gone. There's no going back now. Now that you're unstuck from that rut, there's no more going back. And if you do, you're going to get yourself stuck in that rut again. Remember, Thor was there to bust you out of the rut. Seems we've done it. We've gotten out of that. Now we have to figure out how to not do what got us into the rut. See, that's the old way. That's dead and gone. Those institutions, those kinds of things, they're over. They're done. They're no more. And they're probably struggling to hold on to the last vestiges of life. Probably those things are probably on life support somewhere. But remember, let them go. They don't belong to you anymore. They're not good. Not good for you. So what does the universe have to tell us today? You've got love. We have I'm sorry. So we could be making some amends somewhere. And we have the I remember card. So and it looks like there might be a little codependency in there. Maybe some of us are a little codependent on some of those institutions that are around, and that's certainly, we've seen that before, haven't we? We've seen that before with all kinds of stuff. But this is what we need, okay? the first thing we need when setting a new path here is the message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. And perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it. You're always unsure where you stand. Well, this card is a sign to do a relationship review, see what energetic agreements you've made consciously or unconsciously to acknowledge if those relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you, to assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used the relationship to soothe and cover up. Remember what I said about things being dead and gone? Well, this is, to me, that card, that you've got the love card, is saying don't go back to it. Why are you going back? Why are you going back to what didn't work? Listen. Well, let's zoom out a little bit, shall we? Okay. Right now, what I'm getting from this whole spread, and I'm not even going to consult the book on the rest, what I'm getting from this whole spread is you have been getting lost in it. I've been getting lost in it for certain. We go on Twitter, we see politics. We see division. We see it in the news. We see it everywhere. And it doesn't matter which way you're headed. We're all getting lost in that because there's just no middle ground with anyone. There's no hey, let's gather here on the internet and just have some fun. Everything has to be about this. We have managed to wrap, and this is on both sides of this fence, we have wrapped our identities solely around politicians. We have allowed the news media to run us completely blind. Let's face it, what do you do when you have a rambunctious kid? Go play outside, right? That's what they used to do with me. So me and my friends, we'd go outside, we'd get hot, we'd get sweaty, we'd get dirty, we come back in, we're too tired to do anything else. Now we can be fed and put to bed, and oh, there we go, now the parents get a little time. That's what's being done to us. We're being run around and exhausted. And exercise being healthy, that's fun. That's fun, have the kids go outside and play. But in this case, we're not being told to go outside and play. We're being told run, fight each other. We're getting lost in that. Now, right now is a good time. If you've got friends and family, and I'm getting the sense that someone may be apologizing to you, not necessarily you apologizing to them. Now, if you have stuff that you need to apologize for, please by all means do so. But I get the feeling you may need to listen to them, forgive them, take them back in. It may take time for them to come around to your point of view. It may take time for you to come around to their point of view. But that's what's most important. If you notice, this is chaos in this card right here. That's a lot of chaos. This is two people kind of coming together. And then right here, we have a sense of peace. So, you can't go back to the arguments. You can't go back to what was tearing your relationships apart or causing the codependency there. You can't go back to that. That's over and done. This is what helps you find your true north. Now finally, what are the secrets that we need today? What are the secrets we need to know? So we've got Suulo, so the sun is lit. We're okay. We've also got Manas that, be careful. Keep your wits about you. And we got Awaz. So we've got some motion as well. Let's see about Manas real quick. I should know Manas by now. I really should. Sometimes though, your old boy Raven just can't seem to retain some meanings when he needs to. 60. Okay, so this is where you do some development. Fulfill your potential. Don't shy away from things. Don't shy away from other people right now. Human nature means mistakes are made, but we can learn from them, and that's pointing right here, this new opportunity, right? This new opportunity is an opportunity to forge some new relationship. We're looking at a lot of relationship stuff here. Our rut was probably in there. Working with and for the community is becoming important. Be rational rather than emotional. So if you've been emotional about issues, it's time to get a little rational about them. Maybe reach across the aisle for a minute. Listen, I'll give you an example. Being a guy who grew up around like guns, I wasn't really much into them. I was more into knives, and that's why I have a small Swiss Army knife collection these days. But well, let me put it this way. I do have tactical folders. I've got some bigger knives. Let's just go with that. This way, it's not so sensitive. It's not so sensitive a subject. But I love knives. I love knives. I love swords. I love war axes and stuff like that. I love those things. Mainly for aesthetics, but also have had some experience with swords. Anyway, let's just go with tactical folder versus Swiss Army knife. I can carry a Swiss Army knife and no one bats an eye when I pull it out. But if I carry around a tactical folder with a spring-assisted flipper, just that thing swings open and looks like acts like a switchblade. People get kind of scared. Rationally, emotionally, it's my right to carry it, and I'm gonna. I don't really give a crap what you think. But rationally, I understand. I understand why you're scared. If you suddenly kind of move back when I flip that thing out to do some cutting. To me, it's a tool, and to you, emotionally, it might be a weapon. That could be true. But if I pull out a Swiss Army knife and I pull out the pair of scissors or the bottle opener or something like that, you don't have that visceral reaction to it. So from a rational point of view, I understand where you're coming from. From your emotional standpoint, I can understand your emotions around it. However, rationally, to me, it's just a tool. Emotionally, my right to carry it, and I'm gonna. You see where I'm getting? I hope I wasn't rambling too much, but this one is the most important card out of all the runes. AWAS means we're moving, and we have to move forward. We have to keep moving forward together. Otherwise, nothing works. You see what I'm saying? We have to reach across this aisle now. Today is the day to do it. If you wait till tomorrow, you could have lost an opportunity. And guess what? Opportunities for new beginnings. That's what we're all about. So anyway, all right. So I got to get this thing in the pipe, and I got to do it sooner rather than later. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble and carry on. I love you guys. I will be here tomorrow and the day after. And I love you guys. And as always, shine on.